capturing the mic. I just clicked on live stream.
You're streaming, man.
Apparently.
It says you're live and it says going live.
Can you
Yeah. Cheat, fuck you. I really do. Yeah. I'm still thinking of a name at the minute, so I've had a couple of ideas, but then it's like, do they sound a bit like, I don't know what the word is, like not unmemorable is what I'm trying to think is the word. Like, are people gonna really know? No abuse, Eden. No abuse, Eden. Fair enough. Yeah. Pose. Red as leather be. Yeah, no, I quit. Short on me on the.
What's up, guys? Welcome to the first stream from the Gatewatch on MTG Arena. I'm Tom. I'm joined today by George.
What is up, guys?
And today we're just going to be chatting about the channel, chatting a lot of random crap, to be honest, hanging out, playing some Magic, some competitive, some Brawl, see what happens, to be honest. We'll probably go over like what it is that we're trying to do with the channel, what we might be coming from us in the future, and a lot of other random stuff besides. Maybe branch out onto the core 2021 as well if we actually get there. Oh, Eden's already in the chat. She's going to be hanging out as a moderator in the chat. She's the other member of the channel, so she's going to be popping up every now and again in the chat. So yeah, today I'm probably just going to start with some standard. So I will be running a deck that a lot of people have probably already seen, but with a little bit of a twist. It's just the competitive standard deck, slightly changed ever since the companion obviously got nerfed recently. So I've removed the companion from mine, and it actually just enabled me to add 2 copies of this card here. I'm not going to say too much out loud, depending on whether George is already watching the stream, might be able to see it anyway. But I got 2 copies of this card in just for the longer game. It kind of helps me slow down some of the anti-cycling decks that are out there. They tend to go very big, go wide, try and get the life gain off, and then hit you really hard with a lot of creatures. So if you can just tap down their big threats, it means you can still kind of come through with lots of little creatures later on and just sort of steal the win sometimes. I find it quite effective anyway. The other thing that's slightly different is I run a bit of a risky land base with just 16 land, lower than average for most cycling decks, but I just find it really frustrating whenever I'm constantly hitting land when I'm trying to cycle just to finish off the game, and I find a little bit of a risk early game just pays off with a higher reward late game. So that's pretty much what I'm running. George, how about you, mate?
I'm running a Gruul type deck with a bunch of big things in it. Only recently made it because I was stuck for ideas what to run, and then I was having a quick look on the web and found this, and it looked quite interesting for me. With being a sort of beginner player, still trying to find where my say niche is, or where my preferences are. So
I mean, everyone's got to sort of fall into a slot, haven't they? I mean, you haven't been playing Arena that long at all, have you?
not really, no.
Well, I've just sent you a challenge. So if you fancy jumping straight into it, we can give it a couple of goes. Start off with
Go.
a couple of cheeky games. You can ignore all of the random other stuff that I have in here. I happen to find deck building a little bit of a hobby, so I just mess around with a lot of random shenanigans and end up with way too many decks I need to filter out over time. It's fun, but just a pain when you're trying to find what you need. Hoping George doesn't have... I can't actually tell whether he's watching the stream or not at this point. He might just be able to see my hand.
I'm not, mate, don't worry.
Okay, cool. This is a little slow for me. Still slow, but I will take it because I don't want to go too low. Alright, I think it's, yeah, you go first. See what we get. Nice, cheeky one drop. I'll just say go. It's going to be a lot of that, a lot of me just saying go with this deck, to be honest. It's a lot of responsive magic, if that's even a thing.
No, I'm a pay the 2. I still only play a 1.
Hit yourself for 2 damage for no reason. Nice, I like it. Alright, in response. Just to fuck with you. Aside. Okay. It's a little bit slow still into an aggro deck, but we're okay. Oh, that's cheeky. I love that card. You swinging?
I'm deciding. I'm gonna say no for now.
Ooh. No. Surprising. Kinda need to play defensive here. It's got some trample going. Definitely need to at least start going wide. So let's do that. This card just gets so much value over the course of the game. It just gets 1/1s constantly. Cheeky. Let's do this. I think, to be honest, I'll just take the trample. Okay, land would be lovely. This is a slightly scary amount of damage to be threatened by now. I really like a land. There it is. So we're just looking for these really. Try and get that up to. I can't say too much out loud. Oh, cheeky! I didn't realize this was in your deck. That's a very strong card. I know a lot of
Would have been
people.
helpful earlier, but it's fine.
Pardon?
Would have been helpful earlier, but it's
Yeah. It's another way of kind of forcing the counters on in a similar way to the Rioters card. Okay, can't pick that. I think we should be okay. Not attacking. George. I think your mic might have stopped picking you up, mate.
no, I wasn't attacking, mate.
Ah, okay. So a bold move into a cycle deck. Okay, I think this is so close. But not quite close enough yet. Just gonna play safe, I think. There it is. Ah, it's cheeky. How very rude to. To be honest, I'm surprised it stuck around that long. The thing just does so much work. You swinging? Hmm. Okay. I'm gonna do this like this just because of this. I can't say too much out loud because he's in the conversation. Surprised I didn't pay for the bushwhack, mate.
Yeah, I should have paid for it really, but attacking, no, mate.
Huh? What was that, George?
Not attacking, no.
Nah, surprisingly not. I'm not gonna send my invisible 0/0 at you. I'm just gonna leave him back as a blocker. Cheeky. Now, I don't know how much experience you've had with the cycling deck, mate.
I'm not really like I'm not even like played it, to be honest. Like
I think when you start playing some more standard online, you'll start to see a lot of this deck. It's quite heavily played at the moment because it's cheap to make, and it just does a disgusting amount of bad damage, literally out of nowhere.
That was rude.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
I'm gonna go
once.
cry in the corner.
I can only apologise. It is literally. I feel like what you're kind of constantly doing when playing the cycling deck is sort of setting up for this big move. And you got me down really low, so I had to play it quite defensive. There
And then
towards
you
the
go
end.
in
But
with a
then
double
once
flare.
once you hit the 4 mana, the Zenith Flare is just such a threat. I mean, you've almost always binned off 8 or 9 cards, maybe 6 or 7, but 8 or 9 cards into your graveyard at that point, all the cycling. So you pretty much just have 8 or 9 extra life, 8 or 9 damage on a stick, and then if you can just do it on an end step, you can immediately do another one when you're upkeep just to take the win. It's a scary little combo. The main way to play into it, by the way, is to play a little bit more aggressive, especially with some of your creatures. In that last game, that 3-1 that I had, that Valiant Rescuer, he's like a defensive thing for me. I need to try and kind of, well, he can be really offensive. I can flood the board with 1/1s, but in the situation I was in, I was basically just putting up blockers. So if you'd been swinging in, I probably wouldn't have blocked with him until I had to. So you would have got a lot more damage off and put quite a lot of pressure on me, and I wouldn't have been able to just sort of sit and build to that Zenith Flare.
I'm not a fan of that Flourishing Fox.
Again, you'll see a lot of it if you...
I was playing a game online the other day and they had 3 out at 7/7 and I was like, take.
I'll just... get it going.
You don't have to do that.
Do you know what, mate? I think I might just you know, it's just a little 3/3 that's already attacking, turn 2. It's a very cheeky card. Could have done one of these, but I find the sort of situational cards in this deck. If I need to play aggressive, this will come down. If I need to play defensive, this will come down. Otherwise, I'd rather focus around this and Valiant Rescuer, really. Although, saying that, now might be a time to play aggressive. He's going to put a bunch of big creatures out. Ooh, double right. Cheeky. A big boy. Ooh. Great combo. So what have you got? 7 mana next turn? It's disgusting. I think I need to try and play aggressive if you're going to drop something disgusting next turn. So let's do this. Does he take it or does he keep the 3 mana? Decisions. Okay. And what have you got? This is the turn I was afraid of. Is that 8 mana? And haste. Ugh. Oh, that'll do it. Nice. Okay, I'm definitely glad I played aggressive now. God, if I'd sat back, that thing would have been much scarier. getting an advert. Go away. Weird. Okay. I think I'm just going to say that. Just that worm turn was scary. I just luckily had played aggressive enough that I didn't have to do too much more damage. But that was what, like 8 mana, turn 4, turn 5?
Indeed.
It's disgusting, my friend. That is absolutely disgusting. Alright, we've played a couple of games. We'll jump into another one real quick. But I'll tell you what, while we're playing, how about we talk about the channel a little bit, what we're trying to do with it, where we're going with it, what each of us kind of play, styles of Magic, all of that sorts of nonsense. So give people an idea of, well, who we are.
Coolio.
So do you want to intro it, or do you want me to?
I'll let you do it, mate. Your face on the.
I'll take it. My ugly mug. Okay, so we're basically a relatively new Magic channel. I've been playing for a few years now, and when I came to uni here, met a few people, mainly through actually playing American football, is how I met both George and Eden. Cheeky plug for the Staffordshire Stallions. Cough, cough. But yeah, didn't realise that, you know, even in sports like American football, there are a surprising amount of people that are into stuff like Magic. So we started to get together, started to play. I introduced them specifically to Magic. And oh, so I'm just thinking while I'm talking. Get that one growing. And it kind of just spiraled from there. We started out just playing your pretty basic standard stuff. I remember the first deck I think Eden ever built was this huge green stompy disgusting devotion deck during Theros.
Still have nightmares about that.
Yeah, right. Citizens Champion. A lot of people will know it. And then after sort of these guys had got used to playing a little bit, I introduced them to Commander and EDH, which is my favourite format to play. Do you know what, mate? If you want to race, let's have a little bit of fun. Let's just race. And yeah, so we started out just playing with my decks, paper format, and then over time, sort of, I introduced George and Eden both to Arena, which I know Eden doesn't play particularly much of, and George is just getting into. I think we all prefer paper, but with quarantine and everything at the moment, Arena seemed like a good option to keep playing, keep learning on.
There's something a bit more satisfying with having it in your hand and having an actual card.
Oh, 100%. Cardboard's just so much nicer, and keeping it as well once it like rotates out of standard, or you can't play it anymore through Arena, you've still got the cardboard copies. So yeah, then we just kind of evolved into playing as a little pod for Commander. Bit unusual because it was 3 of us. It's not all that common you have a 3-player Commander pod, but we made it work. And then once quarantine hit, we had some spare time. Eden's previously been a streamer herself. Boo You Muppet, go check her out. Another shameless plug. Yeah, so we were talking about the idea of making a channel, and sort of once we had no excuse not to, it just kind of happened. So we've got all our social media up, got going. Happened to coincide quite nicely with the Concept 2021 release. And yeah, that's pretty much up to date. I myself am quite a bit of a weird Magic player. I have a lot of different ways I like to play depending on my mood. Deck building is mainly what I'm happiest doing, which is probably why I have a lot of different styles that I like to play, because they're all kind of like new challenges. That is just rude. Go away.
Oh shit! Didn't mean to do that, but it's fine.
What were you trying to kill the snare tactician?
No, I just didn't mean to attack with both. Like I wanted to leave myself at least one blocker. And
Okay, yeah.
I accidentally kicked all attack. It was fine.
It's been such a bizarre game. We're both just swinging out constantly. Though I think I am about to make you hate me. I couldn't not. It's too much fun. Ah, it doesn't matter anyway, does it? But yeah, so deck building is kind of where I lie. My happy zone, combos, coming up with weird, wacky, janky stuff, especially if it's on flavor. Anything that is flavorful when it comes to building it is just, oh, love it. At the moment, my favorite commander decks, Thantis the Warweaver. It's the kind of my own invention. I call it Krampus gifts. It's like fake Santa. I give out a load of presents, but all of them come with prices. I'm pretending to be the nice guy, and then right at the end, I'll play something like Triumph for the Hordes, and just a little bit disgusting. Yeah, George, how about you? What deck are you currently running? What kind of Magic do you like playing?
I'm personally still trying to figure out exactly which Magic I like playing and what style. I've tried quite a few, like as you guys know from me playing a multitude of different types of decks. I've definitely found out that I, without a doubt, hate blue.
I think quite a lot of people agree there.
That is not my forte in the slightest. No, I sort of found that I quite like putting a load of small things on there. Like with my commander deck at the minute, the whole purpose is to get as much mana as you can and to like kick everything and add in like 60 of everything, like 61 ones on the board of a multitude of different creatures.
Is that your Sasaya deck?
Sasaya, yeah.
Disgusting.
I just feel like to look at it looks quite overwhelming, so people can sort of overthink it and overthink trying to playing against it, if that makes sense.
Yeah, no, definitely. I quite like it. I think it's one of those decks that you put the commander down and you can't quite decide when you see it whether that player is an absolute threat or you don't need to worry about him just yet.
Yeah, like the beauty is once it's transformed, it's an enchantment, so not a lot of people, not a lot of people, but when we played with you guys and stuff, not many people run a destroy enchantment cards and stuff like that. It's more target creatures.
Yeah, enchantment removal is a little bit less common to come by. I mean, a lot of people still do run it, especially in Commander, but I think our pod is a little light on it, isn't it?
So, yeah, so once I go outside of our little pod, I'll probably be screwed. But for the time being.
Yeah, no, I like it. I mean, I've seen you go from chilling in the background, not a threat, and then me and Eden end up getting in a bit of fisticuffs with our creatures. We swing out at each other, kind of forget, because you're just there usually fetching land constantly.
Right. My whole idea of the politics behind Commander is just sit there, hope they forget about me, and then boom, I'm here.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden you take one turn and put 61 ones on the board with your Ant Queen. Disgusting. I think ever since then, I've been a lot more wary and tried not to forget about you so much.
Like, it's only the problem is getting the land out there in the first place and actually getting to transform Sasaya is probably the biggest challenge for me anyway.
Yeah, and then if it gets removed, obviously trying to do it again.
Yeah, it's quite a significant difference to go from having the equivalent of 140 odd mana down to 7 or whatever it is, like down to 10.
Yeah, it's a bit of a difference, isn't there? Especially when you're playing massive X spells and everything.
Yeah, I think I can get like 100 ants from Ant Queen, and in reality I can get 10.
Yeah, and then just on someone else's like end step, all of a sudden it'll just be blown up, and you're there to start your turn, and your whole plan's changed, and maybe get 2 out. But
Yeah, and like I've got like them 2 kill spells, but it just requires me to be on higher life total. But then most people know the deck I'm playing, they're like, yeah, that's not going to happen. So I sort of get drilled quite early on.
yeah, I mean you run Hurricane in there, which is just like if we
And,
let you be, the second you flip your commander,
I think
just
it's
win.
Scroll Life as well. I think I run, which is basically the same card.
Yeah, the instant one, right?
Yeah.
No, it's fun. I like it. A lot of funky stuff like that. The more unusual decks, I'm always kind of into. So this has been a very weird. Oh, in case you hadn't noticed, I'm sure you had, but I decided to mix things up slightly just to bring a bit of variety to run a slightly different deck.
Does she mutate one?
I mean, it has mutate in it. This isn't the main mutate deck. The main mutate deck's actually on Eden's account, I believe.
Actual text.
I built
I
it.
don't like.
I think we built that one on there because I didn't have enough wildcards, but I wanted to build one, so I started talking to Eden about trying to build one on hers, so I could just steal all her wildcards. But as you're about to see, there is some mutate in it. I'll put an octopus on my octopus. Heavily mutated, that is. That octopus. Give me all them cards. Let's just drop that. Probably should have held that up, to be honest. Bit of a misplay. But yeah, no, it's all been going pretty well so far. Everyone's been having quite a lot of fun with it. You've got a new deck at the moment, though, haven't you?
Well, yeah, it's slowly under construction as the Alicia deck. So I'm gonna hold my hands up now and say I suck at deck building. Like, I'm always asking Tom and Edith for input and help, and like I'll pick a card and then, like, say if there's a commander I like, I'm like, oh, I really like that and I really like how it works. What can I put with it to make it actually run efficient? And then so
I mean, it's still early days for you with deck building. Like, you haven't tried all that much, you haven't done all that much of it. Like, you can't be expected to just immediately jump in and everything be absolutely dandy. Like, interesting. I think I'm going to drop that. Oh, I don't know why. Thank you. Have some food now to eat as well. I'm actually running. Sorry, man. I'm just taking a bit of time about this. I'm trying to figure out orders in my head. It's probably going to be the wrong call to just leave that, but I'm going to do that. I'm going to be greedy. Yeah, but when it comes to deck building, mate, I think it's still very much early days. Like, you haven't done all that much of it. It's one of those things where I've been deck building for a few years now. It's my favourite thing to do. It's probably what I spend most of my time doing. And I still wouldn't consider myself all that great at it. I'd like to think that I'm good at it, but like, I've got a hell of a lot more than I. God damn it! I knew I should have kept that up.
They gave us all the wrong things, by the way.
Sorry, what?
They gave us all the wrong things, by the way.
Oh, that's alright. Food's
I told them
food.
that you wanted gravy and they gave you corn with carb. So I'm not too sure what's going on.
Food's food. I'm happy. Does not bother me.
And they gave me the wrong drink as well.
Cheeky shout out plug for KFC sponsors. Give us free food. I'm sure George will. I don't have Twinkies. I can't put them on the stream and go for one of those sponsors. Okay, yeah. I'll probably just have to take this. This is starting to look slightly problematic. Don't think I've played this all that efficiently. One thing you'll figure out very quickly with me is that I cannot multitask. So that's going to make streaming very interesting. Let's just play this. cheeky combo. Yeah, I need a blocker. I have to hold that back. I can still do that and hold that up. Okay. Gonna play aggro into the aggro deck, which makes absolutely no sense. But we're here to play some weird stuff. And then see if I can keep that for next turn to do 10. Yeah, to be honest, I've got a hell of a long way to still go with deck building. I enjoy it, I love it, but there are people that come up with these crazy combos that I just don't know what's going on with. You still got some mana up, that's kind of scary. I have to just throw that under there. That's not what I wanted. Go on. Give me that. Give me that. Sweet. Ah, oh, that's not what I was after. Alright. I think this is it. I have nada. Got you down to 3, but I couldn't quite make it happen. Oh, that's just rude. Unnecessarily violent, mate. Wait, what? Why'd you do that?
Because why not?
Oh, fair. I like it. Once you're done.
I think something else we should probably say is like how we're mainly focusing on it being a budget Magic channel.
Yeah, that's a point.
Like there are some decent YouTube channels out there that focus on budget, like the Command Quarters, where I got my idea for the Sasaya deck from and that. But like with us being students and living it through budget and just sharing it, it might make a bit more sort of, what's the word?
Affordable?
Real, should I say? Is that the word?
Yeah, that works.
Like, yeah, and the people should notice, like, if you're in the UK and you're at uni and you're watching, like, you'll notice if we do anything that costs a bit of money, it's around the same time as student finance.
Definitely. I mean, last time student finance came in, we ended up getting mystery boosters, which is the only reason some of the decks you'll see us play in the future have what looks to be incredibly spent, like a couple of massive bombs in them, like really expensive cards. But it's just a couple of really good pulls that we got from mystery boosters. What am I doing? Do you know what, mate? I'm gonna play my gladiator deck. I don't think it's gonna go particularly well, but we'll see if I get some luck. For any of you that don't know, Gladiator is a fan-made format. You have to build a 100-card deck that's singleton, no commander, no companion. Singleton means every card other than basic land has to be different, basically. So you end up with this mass. It's kind of like a commander deck without a commander. It's a bit of a deck building challenge. And I decided to make it even more of a challenge by building Grixis Super Friends as the kind of goal for the deck. So it's a little bit funky. And this is a lot of creatures to have in a hand for it to be honest. This isn't normal. I think I'm probably just going to mulligan. Oh, that I will take. That's nice, that's nice, that's nice.
Oh, this is like a demi. Not a fun hand, but I don't want to keep mulliganing.
We, George, is that you in the chat? Have you just written George as a god about yourself?
I actually haven't.
Have you not?
That's actually not me.
Do you reckon that's Eden? Eden's just taking
Yeah.
sides already. Yeah, okay, that's Eden. Eden's out here taking sides already. Like, what, less than half an hour into our first stream, but we've already got bias over here.
Always.
Infiltration.
Okay, I'll go with that. I like the combo though, but I need land. Yes, please.
I hate when you try and pick a card, then you go to play and you pick the wrong card, and then like then I shouldn't play a creature without having any mana on the board. Because that's not gonna work.
Yeah, you might struggle there, mate.
New George rules. George needs no
Don't
mana.
run any of them. I mean, I feel like that'd be cheating. Or just make a donut deck, mate. Make an artifact EDH deck that's full of 0-cost artifacts. There you go.
Actually, no. I've got 3 lands in there, and I've only got I just equip everything to 1 creature.
You could run SRAM. That essentially is that, but with more than 3 lands. SRAM's just a 2-dot commander that whenever you play an artifact or equipment, I think it's artifact or equipment, it's definitely equipment, you get to draw a card. So you just fill it with donut equipments, which just means 0-drop equipments. You just pile them on the board, you just keep playing them, and then all of a sudden you just have this theoretically small creature that just swings for an absolute million, just because like little 1/0 effects like Bone Sword, they just stack. And when you've got 20 equipments like equipped onto 1 permanent, there's no way that's not going to hit you hard.
I've just mutated, but I don't know how mutate really works, to be honest. I'm not gonna lie.
What's your question? Like, what don't you understand about it?
I've never really played mutate before, so I just got an option to mutate, and I was like, you know what, fuck it.
Yeah, I mean, you literally just pick whether you want it to go under or over, which only affects the power and toughness on it. Everything else gets carried over. Oh, it will affect the creature type as well, and the colour, I guess, but kind of redundant in standard. Yeah, what do I want to do here? I feel like I need this. Get some advantage going. Oh, I forgot I had that. I should have just waited. Oh well. Misplays already, mate. Yeah, so you're either putting it under or over. When you mutate onto a creature, you kind of have like pseudo haste because the creature's it's just rude, mate. How dare you? You're kind of the creature never leaves the battlefield. It's never entered the battlefield. It's already there. You're just changing it into something else. So it doesn't have summoning sickness. So there's a lot you can kind of play around with that, where some people have mutate commanders and they're just scary as hell. Well, this is not a good hand at all. I just have to take 7 to the face.
What to do? Wow.
That's just grim. That is very grim.
That took ages. I thought my game had crashed.
Nah, that was my bad.
I
was putting my chicken wing down.
It was bubbling for ages. I was like, okay.
I didn't want to touch the mouse with chickeny fingers, so I had to put my chicken wing down first. Yeah. Now I need to decide what I want to play. I think I need some blockers, so I might get that one down first. I think that makes more sense to come down first. And that'll block that. Ooh. That's something I can head towards. There's a lot of damage coming my way. Why do I get the feeling that playing a gladiator deck into a aggro deck was probably a bad idea?
I could play something different afterwards if you want to.
Yeah, I mean, you can play whatever you want, mate. Like, at this point, just have a little bit of fun with it. We're heading towards Brawl at some point as well, so we can make a move over to Brawl after this game if you want.
Disclaimer right there, my Brawl decks aren't the best, but we'll give them a go anyway.
Okay, I think the trample's more worrisome than that. So, see if I can. This is basically my deck is a very late game deck. I also haven't particularly set up particularly well at all. But it's a very late game deck, and yours is a very early game deck. So I'm just trying to stay alive. Oh, go away! I just made him smaller. Yeah, I'm just trying to stay alive at this point. Try and sort of drag you out. Oh, rude. Oh, what's important to me? I feel like this is better. But I can completely save all of this, like loyalty-wise. I'm getting 4/4 out of it, whereas I don't have anything to proc that at the moment. Oh, that'll do. That'll do nicely.
How would you do this?
Mate, super friends. Once you start getting there, you really start getting there. Alright, let's. I want to start. Yeah. I want to aim for my islands for any cards and to get back into this. To be fair, I ripped that off the top of the deck. That was quite lucky. Although it's Gladiator, everything off the top of my deck is lucky at this point.
Rise and shine.
I'm being greedy. I really should be -3ing this. But I want that emblem, even though I've only actually got one item. But I want it. Ooh, that's cheeky. I don't have a flying blocker. That was loud. Okay, use a counter. Let's do this so I can really negative it. Oh, did I time that wrong? Oh, I did it on your end step instead of before your end step. God damn it. That's 3. I feel like this is just. Do I just go super greedy here? No, I think I just have to take that. It's too good.
Learn to live with the land and be rewarded.
Give me that card. You go away. Oh, I should have left up the block. This is going to come back in on my instant now, isn't it? I timed that so badly.
I don't need this many.
That is quite scary though.
Rhythms of the
Oh,
Wild.
oh god damn.
I pulled 3 in a row.
Well, that is going to mean that any creature that you find now is going to be big and scary and horrible and need to go away.
Not today, Death.
I like that. I like that a lot. I like this even more. I like that less.
I was starting so well then, like my card draw was just meh.
I've also completely forgotten about that for like the entire game. Yeah, to be honest, you've hit like enchantments back to back, which is pretty rough. Feel like don't need you to be in anything on just yet.
Putrid, but effective.
Let's do that. Start trying to lock the game out.
Oh, great.
You don't find a creature.
Nope, got a land.
Ooh, big oof. Interesting.
I just figured either way you block it, so.
I'm just surprised you swung. I just blows up my own stuff. I don't want that.
It's right, because I've got faith in me pulling a creature next turn.
Give me some card draw.
Give me a creature.
I forgot that it had to kill something first. Oh, this is misplays after misplays.
Right.
It's not quite what I wanted, but that's fine.
This is a creature. I mean, I apologise.
Don't do it.
I mean, yeah, it's the only thing that I can.
Don't do me like that.
Ah, oh mate, this is just misplays after misplays after. This is not a good showing off. Yeah, I forgot that you had Rhythm of the Wild, even though you were just talking about it. Can't count your spells. Well, creatures. It doesn't mean I can't make you sacrifice. Give me that card draw. Oh. I think that's you, mate. I'm just drawing non-island land.
What I need some sort of kill Tom spell.
I mean, I feel like that'd be a bit broken, personally.
If we ever do like end up making like our own cards, like jokey cards like that for future video or something, I might make like a target players called Tom or target players called Eden card.
I think I'm definitely down for the idea of introducing like uncards to our commander decks for games. Even if it's just we each get to add, say, 2 or 3 uncards of our choice whenever we play, and then we'll stream it. And if we draw them, we draw them. If we don't draw them, we don't draw them. But every now and again, you'll just get these really random things happening. Like I know Eden mentioned she wants an uncard that you get to bring a Nerf gun to the table, and when you cast it, you can shoot a target opponent's library with your Nerf gun from at least 3 feet, I think it is. And whatever you knock off, put it straight into their graveyard. It's like a mill unearth card. It's great. So we'll just put some random shenanigans like that in there, and
Are you ready for this monster play, Tom?
I'm ready. Is it a land?
You know me so well.
Called it. I really want to ult Liliana there.
Good help is easy to find in war.
Tell you what, Tom. I won't attack you next turn.
Mate, I'm taking an extra turn. I want to ult Liliana. I've decided. There you go. I mean, you're just gonna die when you don't extra a card. Oh, actually, that could be kind of funky. What is that? Riot.
Indeed. Why?
I forgot that it was gonna kill you. I just wanted to blow him up. Alright, do you wanna do some brawl? I'll actually take it towards what we're kind of supposed to play on the channel and stuff like that.
Yep.
Sweet. Do you wanna intro your deck at all? Or do you wanna literally just get into it?
I'm just gonna quickly open a pack, if that's okay.
I mean, by all means. Pull anything funky?
Because your boys found they got enough coins to get one singular pack. Let's go.
Big. I'll tell you what we haven't spoken about yet. We haven't talked about what we're actually going to be doing next. So obviously we kind of promoted this stream, and this is what we're doing for the time being. But we are going to be moving towards playing cardboard on stream, hopefully live streaming to Twitch and Facebook if we can sort that as well. And then we'll be sort of saving the footage and uploading it to YouTube afterwards. I don't know if that will be done through Spellbook in the time being during quarantine. As of next uni year, we're all going to be living together, so hopefully even if quarantine's kind of still on, we'll all be in a what's now called bubble together. So we can still play some top-down Commander games, get some cameras set up, and start having a laugh with that, and actually using our own cardboard decks for that, which should be good. So I think that should be coming, what, within the next month? We should be technically moving in together?
It's towards the end of June, start of July, so.
Hold on a second. What was that, Eden?
I said 2.5 weeks.
There you go. Our executive producer has said 2.5 weeks, in case you heard it in the background. Yeah, so set up a house, set up a gaming house, get a stream up, set up a little magic room, decorate it with all sorts of boxes, packs, randy shenanigans that we've got going on. I think Eden's talking about putting up a big, like a wall of old school cards. My executive producer has delivered extra snacks. This is great, I'm enjoying this. I get to video game and talk rubbish and people just hand me food. Like, I'm pretty sure this is the life that I want to have.
The same thing happened to me. Charlie walked through the door and gave me McDonald's. It was great.
Oh, KFC and McDonald's. There you go. Another plug for McDonald's. Send us food, please. We would very much appreciate sponsors from, from Mackey's and KFC. Are you good to go? Are you done pack cracking?
I was just gonna tell you what I got my pack, just so you can give your 2 cents on it.
Go on then.
Right,
Remember them all.
I got Swallow Whole.
Okay.
Is just a 1 cost. It's white, 1 cost. Sorcery, and it's as an additional cost to cast a spell, tap an untapped creature you control, An exile target tapped creature, put a +1/1 counter on the creature tapped to pay this spell's additional cost.
Do you know that's actually not one that I can remember off the top of my head? Sounds interesting though. I mean, a 1-mana exile spell is never something to shake your head at, even if it is a bit of a janky one. It's not quite as sorts of pouches, but still funky.
I got heightened reflexes.
Okay.
Just a 1-cost red. It's an instant. Target creature gets +1/+0 until end of turn. Put a first strike counter on it. So that's pretty much it. Then I got Plummet, which is just
Yeah, you
2
both
cost.
standard.
1 and a green, destroy target creature with flying, instant.
Very old that one. Well, I mean that print isn't, but it's been around for a couple of years at least.
Then got Unexpected Fangs. Artwork's kind of cute on this one, even if it is a bit gory, but it's fine.
Is that the one with
Just
the like cute little
big-
animal?
Just sinking his teeth into a big dragon type thing.
Yeah, I think I know the one. Is it the same animal from Offspring's Revenge that's doing it, like the little kitten thing?
It looks more like a little deery goat type thing.
Ah, okay.
Little yellow.
Maybe I'm
yellow
thinking maybe I'm thinking of something else. Yeah.
But yeah, it's just a 2-cost instant. 1 and a black. Put a +1/1 counter and a lifelink counter on a target creature.
Nice.
And then I drew Lava Serpent.
I think I recognise that one. That's the big hasty boy, right?
It's a 6-cost 5 and a red elemental serpent. It's got haste and you can cycle it for 2. It's a 5/5.
Funky card I drafted with that one. Actually won me a couple of games in my draft.
This one I've got is actually makes me laugh because the artwork's kind of funny. I got Flycatcher Giraffid, if that's how you say it. It is a 5-cost 4 and a green antelope lizard, and the artwork is something to behold.
Sounds funky.
It enters the battlefield with your choice of a vigilance counter or a reach counter on it.
Oh, it's one of those ones. Yeah, there's a couple of creatures like that in Ikoria.
And then for my big one in the middle at the top,
You're right.
I got
or mythic.
I got Titan's Nest. It costs 1, a black, green, and a blue.
Yeah, it's a good
Just
card,
an
that one.
Yeah, enchantment. At the beginning of your upkeep, look at the top card of your library, and then put that card into your graveyard. Exile a card from your graveyard. Add colorless mana. Spend this mana only to cast a colored spell without X in its mana cost.
I know I was on a Facebook page just the other day, like one of the EDH like Commander Facebook pages, and people were talking about whether or not that could be abused and like trying to find combos to mess with it. It's definitely something I'll probably look into at some point. It's pretty funky. There's a couple cards like that in Ikoria. I definitely feel like they should be breakable. But whether they've been broken yet or not, I'm not 100% sure. I know I went on a mission to break Broodmoth, which lasted about 2 minutes. I figured out how to go and play with Broodmoth within about 2 minutes. Then when I looked online, no one had found the exact combo that I was kind of on about, but very similar things have been done before. But mine was with a Medicine Runner. When it comes in, you remove a counter from any creature you control, and then when anything dies, obviously Luminous Broodmoth brings it back with a counter run. So all you got to do is have any sort of free sack outlet, anything like Altar of Dementia. You sack your Medicine Runner to the Altar of Dementia. Sorry, we're playing Brawl, aren't we? So let me just quickly grab the deck that I did say that I play, my good old gold border tribal. And then, yeah, you mill them, Medicine Runner comes back in with a flying counter, removes the flying counter from itself, and then obviously you're back at the start of the combo. But there are a significant number of Ikoria cards that definitely seem breakable. Gold everywhere.
If you like so far about the 2021 spoilers, what have you seen that tickles your fancy in them?
Actually, some really funky cards so far.
We posted a lot on Instagram about them and stuff.
Yeah, we try and get them out as on it as possible. What do I want here? I don't think I've actually really looked at this hand before I decided to take it. It was not a good shout at all. God damn. Okay. Let's just just do that now. But generally, I think there's some really exciting stuff going on. It's a lot more powerful than core sets. Well, than the last core set, for example. The last core set had this really strong mono red vibe going through it, but beyond that, it wasn't like broken. It was just a lot of decent cards that were very fundamental to the color pie. Newbies could come in, pick up Magic, pick up core sets, build some basic mono decks or some pretty basic 2-color decks. Nothing really tended to any more complicated mechanics. Whereas this one's got some really funky stuff going on. You've got some expensive reprints, you've got big cards like Massacre Worm coming out. There's some Commander cards getting reprints. I think it was Kodama's Reach has been announced as a reprint already. And then what else have they released? There's a reprint. There was a card that reminds me very much of like an Eternal Witness, but on a I think it was on a sorcery. You get to return a permanent to your hand from the graveyard. A lot of really funky stuff going on there. It's a little bit unusual for a core set. There was actually a big ass dragon released today that caught my eye. I'm a big fan of dragons.
Don't mean you to know it.
Yeah, although the problem is, when I first saw it, I thought it looked scariest for an Atapalani deck, and then I remembered what Eden's deck is. I really didn't think this hand through when I took it. His hand is garbage.
I'm very much fixated on making a commander deck for was it Rin and series? I think that's what it was called. The cat and dog commander.
Tribal. Yeah.
Like, I think from what I've seen, like everyone's been like fascinated by that card because, I mean, what's not to love about cats and dogs? Like,
oh no, 100%. I'm like buzzing for all of that stuff to come in. I think a dog tribal deck would be great. I don't think I'll build it cat dog tribal. I mean, it essentially is cat dog tribal regardless of how you try and build it. Do I even want this? I'll just take that. Because every time you play a dog spell, you're going to make a cat spell. Every time you play a cat spell, you're going to make a dog token. So you end up kind of playing both regardless, but I think I'll just fill the deck with dogs. Just love the idea of a good boy dog tribal. Anything else taking your fancy in the new cards?
Which is the one? I think it was Maleficent Scythe. I think it was. I saw that I quite like the look of.
Yeah, I spotted that one. Really funky looking card. Is that for your Alicia deck by any chance?
Yeah.
Surprise, surprise.
Fucking.
I probably should actually start properly paying attention here. I took a crappy hand. Now I'm not concentrating while I'm playing. That's fine. I think I'll probably just probably just take that. Bin that.
I also quite like the look of that. We posted it today for the tick of the day on our Instagram. The Faith Fetters. Faith Fetters.
Remind me which one that one was.
It was. It's just an enchantment, and it's you enchant permanent. When Faith Fetters enters the battlefield, you gain 4 life. Enchanted permanent can't attack or block, and its activated abilities can't be activated unless they're mana ability.
I've just remembered why you like it. You and Life Game, mate. You're obsessed.
I think it stems from when we first started playing. I used to get like absolutely bulldozed.
I know what you're about to say, and then you just stop saying it.
Like, I used to get just murked every single time we play, and I was like, you know what? I want more life, and then from then on, it just sort of spirals.
Yeah, no, that's fair. Yeah, it's quite funny to be honest. This is just slow. But let's get that going. Let's have a look. Never going to complain about a 6/6 flyer that draws you 2 cards. Oh, just kick the desk by accident.
Yeah, I'll get my 2 reach blockers out there.
That's the other thing that you're low-key obsessed with, making sure that you've got reach blockers. I swear I've killed you with flying too many times now that you've swung the other way.
It's just such a recurring nightmare. Like,
I should say for context that one of the decks that I run. What on earth is this? This is. You've got no mana. What are you doing? Wait, that was actually it. You just sent a beetle to his death.
yeah, pretty much.
Oh, madness. All right. That sorts that. That's fine. Let's make sure I sort my mana right. That. Okay, do you know what? Let's do that.
It's hard to be a genius surrounded by lesser minds.
And boom.
That was just.
I know, right? Sickening. There you go. That land is not able to do me any damage.
Is maddening.
Oh, I thought that was a +1. It's a -1. Oh well. That land can't hurt me, mate. It's forbidden.
Do what to do.
I forgot that thing has escape as well. Comes back bigger. Cheeky. Oh yeah, I've just remembered what your commander is. Big boy that doubles everything. Sickening. Was the right way to go with it. I think that means I can still hold up my options. Bam. I think protection from multicolour is a little bit pointless for your against your deck, but hey. So, how are you keeping yourself occupied, bro? With quarantine, how are you holding up?
Not too bad, mate. Like, I think I don't know if I'm getting more and more cabin fevery or if I'm getting less from it and used to it. I've not decided yet.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just you said last night you were jealous, but I'm glad like we can finally get out and start doing some American football training again now with the government guidelines and then obviously the BAFA American football company negotiation guidelines and stuff.
Yeah,
It's
100%.
it's refreshing to actually get out and to
They've-
exercise, like going from training 3 times a week to sitting inside for 3 months solid.
They've come out and said what now that we can
I am always ready.
just get that going.
Plan
That's
is
fine.
crystallizing.
Do I not need? Guess that. They've said we can train in pods of 6 now. Training
Yeah,
back
like-
on, but it can't be contact. You still can't get close to each other. It's just like drills and training.
Yeah, it's sort of you can have as many people as you want at training as long as you're in groups of 6. The groups of 6 are separated, then within the groups of 6 you're socially distancing.
Yeah.
So a lot of it is just like you can do route running, like just throwing and catching, and just simple shit like that, really.
Nah, I'm jealous. I wish I could get back to football. I'm still way too injured. For anyone that doesn't know, I'm still recovering from the knee surgery I had over Christmas, so I can't get back to any sort of proper sport until this Christmas. Because they had to take a bit of one of my knees out, put it back into the other knee. So that was fun. Hobbled around for a while.
Speaking of knees, I got my MRI results back, by the way. I don't know if I told you.
I don't think you did, no. I mean, I'm hoping good news.
Yeah, it's not none of my ligaments and my cartilage is fine.
Strike fear.
Well, that's
Nothing wrong with them.
Hearts of the wicked.
I've just got patella tendinopathy.
You got what?
Patella tendinopathy.
And what is that when it's at home?
It is literally just inflammation of your tendons.
Right.
So it just means I've got inflamed tendons, pretty much. And it's just gonna take a while to settle down, apparently. So
Sounds horrible. Anything when it comes to ligaments, knees, anything like that, I feel for you, man. Like, I get it. I mean,
like,
that's...
it's just funny. Like the letter I got was like, "We're gonna prepare you for future flare-ups." I'm like, "Duck, I've had problems in my knee for like 2 years. Like, I'm fully prepared for future flare-ups." Like,
Yeah, right. Old news, innit? At this point, I'm expected to get back to football. And then pretty much have to call it again. I'll probably get injured within the first like 2 games. I'm gonna play something different this time, mate. I'm gonna play something I actually put together about 5 minutes before you woke up today. That's not that I was up at 6 AM. That was that George wasn't awake till like 3 PM today. So I put this one together this afternoon, and I mean, I'm yet to play it because I haven't had anyone to try it against. So see what happens.
I think I'm gonna mulligan.
I think I will take it.
It's slightly better. Yeah, I was looking at my first hand that got shown to me. It was a 1-land hand with a bunch of like 3-4 cost creatures. I was like, it's not
Yeah,
gonna
that
work well.
sounds rough. I'm playing something slightly more aggressive, in case you haven't seen what my commander is yet. It's good fun. Good fun is what it is. It's this... Oh, okay. It's this beautiful boy down here. Not that many people have tried to build around him yet. Because he didn't get released as a normal card. He was only available as a promo. So you either had to sort of spend wildcards on Arena, which to be honest people just do if they want to anyway. It's been a bit of a weird start. Let's just get that down. Try and set up. I need some ramp. Or in paper you actually either had to pull him or sort of fork out for him. So it's a bit of a weird one. It's an interesting one to build around because there's a bunch of cards that are high power and low toughness, but it's balancing what's worth putting in for the mana, how aggressive do you want to play, do you want to play him or Voltron, is it just everything does extra damage? I think when it came to Commander, the way I'd probably it's like 4 or 5, it's 4, so I can just drop that now. I think I like playing massive damage buffs across the board, really. How is my mana base this bizarre? Just everything is weird. This deck's full of 2-drops. I haven't found any. Alright. Let's just sigil. Yeah, like mass damage, haste, big things, kind of trample tribal, and just smack everything down on the board and say, if you can't stop me, you're gonna lose. Take a bit of a hit here. Nothing too mad. 5. I can cape with 5 from your deck. I know yours can do a lot more than that. Alright, let's drop that.
Well, that was just
Alright,
very unusual.
how dare I?
I played Harambe.
God damn it, man. George is very much the memer of the group. You're supposed to be getting some memes up at some point, aren't you?
I am indeed. I'm still trying to create them. Like, I'm trying to create like a decent backlog. Then I can keep posting rather than like posting one, then waiting for like a week and a half, whilst I make another couple. So I'm trying to like get a decent bank, and then I'm gonna keep posting with like
yeah, no,
like an
that's
actual.
2, 4, 5, 6.
So as we know, my humor can be a little bit darker than most sometimes, so I have to get it vetted to make sure it's.
A little bit. Bro, you definitely
sure
err
it's-
on the side of dark humor.
Honestly, it's some of my friends, mate. It's not me, honestly. I've been influenced.
I call bullshit. Do you know what? Let's get this game.
Oh wow.
Land, I'll take
Yo.
it.
Ew.
Need some haste. A little bit of haste. That, and then I'm happy. It's been a very slow kind of showing, to be honest. You good? Just pondering your beetle.
Yeah, I'm trying to think what to do. I was trying to work out the math of the mana, but I don't think it's gonna work. No, it won't work. I've got enough to do what I want right now.
Yeah, to be honest, I think I'm in a similar boat. Every time I look down, I'm like, oh, I can do this instead. I'm like, oh, maybe next time. I know, speaking of that beetle, by the way, there's a lot of the core set 2021, not 2020, 2021. It sounds like I'm saying a tongue twister. That cares about like power 4 or greater stuff. There's just like a huge synergy coming out in green, where they're going to try and push this sort of. It's kind of like this colossal majesty thing, to be honest. Excuse me, blowing up my giant.
I am indeed, my friend.
You bastard. Now that I'm not a fan of. Don't want you getting no card. Ooh. That changes things again. So 4-5. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, go on, mate. Swing again. I dare ya. Ah, crap. I think he might have just called my bluff.
Do you want me to swing again? Yeah.
Yes? Swing, I'll blow your stuff up. I'm blowing it up. I'm doing it. I will block. Did not add that up right at all. I thought I had enough to then. I was gonna drop a. I was trying to build into like a Zilotha.
I fully forgot that I had
Yeah, Rhoda's
life
so
link on my
scary.
I forgot I had life link on my silverback Shaman Harambe, and just I've just looked at my health total. I was like, oh, I'm on 40. I didn't realize that.
Nice. We'll go a couple more. Do you want to do like 2 more games maybe?
You can do.
I'll play Zilotha again this time, and then I'll mix it up with one of my old school sort of tried and tested brawl decks to finish it up.
Are we playing Brawl?
Oh yeah.
About to say.
Sorry, did I challenge the wrong thing? Sound. I do have like an official standard brawl one, and then I have the friendly one that I was just running. I'll keep trying with this one. The theory is, I assumed it would be better, but I haven't tested it at all. Rogue. Okay, cool. Let's go for it. You good?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna risk it and keep it. Keep this hand, I think.
You sound like Eden now. Start of every game. I think I'll risk it.
Eden could have the safest hand in the world, but she'll still go, you know what? I think I'm gonna risk it.
I think I'll risk it. Drops additional on like turn 5.
It's like, oh, I think I'm gonna risk it. Wins in, yeah, drops Hellish Door turn 5, wins turn 7.
Yeah, pretty much. I never know what is a risk and what isn't a risk when she's playing anymore.
I mean, the risk is for us, not for her. Like,
Yeah, true. The
it's
Plani
risky for us to play anything.
Scary. Ram. That bloody Hornbeetle. It's back again. Rogue. Yeah, nah. What we got? 1, 2, 3, 4. So. Oh. Maybe I just drop that here. That seems like a play. Just leave that one there. Just not a fan of that thing. I don't want to hover over it just to get out. Yeah. Well, there it is. Just on a stick. You're right, the bud.
It's gonna sit really bizarre, but I'm gonna do that. Just
You're plus oneing and trampling. You're 1/1 trample.
yeah.
Okay. Interesting. You're looking very in depth at all your cards. Have you got a cheeky combo you're trying to figure out?
I was, but I think it's not gonna happen on a turn quite so soon. I think it might take more turns. I think.
Alright, fair enough.
I think I needed like 1 or 2 more mana just to get it done this turn, but it's.
I'm intrigued though.
It wasn't like nothing major. It was literally.
Alright. Let's drop.
It was more to just get myself back in control, sort of thing.
That means I
Or
can
more,
do that.
in more.
Ooh, no, thank you.
I see your Paradise Druid, and I call.
I thought you were gonna blow it up for a second.
I mean, I could do that, but
The second I tapped it, it just blows it up.
I'm gonna blow it up with your own Paradise, my own Paradise Druid.
I mean, that's just incredibly rude, mate. And also dropped me back. You dropped me from 6 to 5 mana next turn.
Yep, that
You
is the plan.
bastard. Hmm.
What to do?
That thing can bun off. Oh, I need a mana.
Two more mana to start doing stuff, like start being productive. I mean, I've been kind of productive, not as productive as I want.
What do you do? Okay. I will accept the trade.
I'm looking for a leader.
Do you know what? We'll just clear you all.
Well, that was rather rude.
To be honest, I wasn't expecting you to double block. I get why you did it, but I wanted the mana. I've only just noticed with this background, like, it blends in almost perfectly to the background that I've got behind me. If you
Yeah.
I don't know if you've got your stream up or anything, but if you briefly
I've got it
unpause
up
it,
before.
yeah, if you briefly unpause it, just check out like the background of my face compared to the board. It's mental. Right, now go away because you're looking at my stream.
I've not looked at what's on your board. I'm gonna open Discord now. I'm
Okay,
open Discord,
cool.
so I can't see. I can't see you, button.
Not a sound. Alright, I wanted to land, but it looks like we're not gonna find it, so I guess I literally just do that.
Ooh, that land. Ooh.
Big. That's cheeky. Maybe I'll put that in instead. Yeah, there it is. Love to be able to see that into that. I'm gonna cross my fingers. Gonna go digging for the land.
Oh! I've literally a couple of fucking mana away and it still made it.
You're a couple of mana away.
I'm away from doing something like
You sat there on like 6 mana.
productive, is what I mean.
I'm intrigued. I want to know what this big play is. I'm not a fan of that. That blooming Death Toucher. Go away. No, it's not what I wanted.
Did you want me to swing by any chance?
No, I wanted a mana. I have a pseudo mana, I guess. But it's next turn. Can hold that up. You're right there, mate.
Yeah, sorry.
It's all good.
The thing is, I was biting my nails, I wasn't even paying attention. But I had a bit of a loose nail, so I started messing with that. My apologies.
You're all good. You're okay. I just, that 1/1 Death Toucher, I could do with you not having it.
Well, you know what, mate? Suck it up.
I mean, you're up to 7 mana. You must have enough for this massive combo now.
It's not even a combo, it's just that I've never actually played one before, so I want to play it.
Guess I don't need this. Probably just don't need that. I was going to put that on it, but it's not needed. I wanted to be able to bounce it back to you, but it wouldn't let me because of the wording. Okay. Oh, now I find it. God damn it. Right, let's do this. Let's do this. This. I did a thing. I'm kind of expecting one of these two things to die, but I'll take it. I want to get rid of that bloody blocker. And I'll take it for 8 commander damage. Oh, there isn't even commander damage, I'll take it for 8 damage. Command zone. See what you got, bro. Oh, bloody hell. Oh, not another one. That's just not allowed. Every time I get rid of one Death Touch block, you got another one. That's a lot of damage. take it. See if I can come back from this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 mana. So that's 8. Should have manually tapped mana, could have had it. Probably not. What is this? I don't know. Alright, I think I can at least double block now. See if you can find a way through. I mean, that's just rude. What is this nonsense? The other dude's a human, if you're wondering why he didn't get bigger. Okay. Blocker. And then let's see if I can.
Hell.
So you got. Have I managed to equalize? Take that as a yes. Don't really know why I'm doing this, to be honest. It's probably just. Should have done that. I think if any two of these connect, I'll do it. Cool. It's nice to actually see Godzilla hitting hard. It's quite a funky card. Interesting one to build around. I think it definitely needs some tweaking, but definitely funky. Alright, do you want to get one more? Have one more cheeky brawl game. I'll mix it up. I'll play something old school. Something I haven't played in a while, something a bit different.
I think if it's one annoying thing, like if it didn't have trample, like because that one that did my 9/9 then, one of its things was you pay, I think it was pay 3 or 4, and you give everything with trample another +1/+1, but had nothing on the board with trample.
Yeah, no, that's it's one of those cards that in the right deck it can be really funky. I know there's a trample standard deck at the moment that's just a lot of fun.
Like I could have played my like a man ago. It's like an 18/18, but it would have done nothing because it would have blocked it with the 1 and then it would have just whiffed sort of thing. But
not a fan of this.
That's only very slightly better.
It's basically the same hand. Alright. Still. Alright. Let's just go for it. That's way too slow. I'm gonna need that for selection. Let's just go. This is not the best. Blech. Interesting. This is a awful start so far, not gonna lie. The whole point of this deck is to literally get this guy down on turn 3, preferably with haste, having ramped on turn 2. Yeah, no. And then have a bunch of these buff effects, just make it massive, and in one turn you just put 10 tokens on the board. Possibly 'tis not to be. I mean, yeah, why not? Cast my 0 instant sorcery from the graveyard. What have you got, bro?
I've got a
The 2/4
One of them
vigilant thing. Interesting. Interesting. Okay. Was not expecting that to swing. That's fun. Okay. Weirdly,
not like that laugh.
I have to do this before combat. I haven't done this in a while because of the triggers. So he's gonna get bigger anyway. I don't have to worry about that. This has to be done. No, might as well save that one and use this one.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, why not?
They came out of nowhere.
Yeah, that's more like it. It's such an explosive deck. It's and this is a slow showing of it, to be honest. I've had this deck just pop off and go completely mad before. There are just some huge pumps. Like the one mana, just make it +3/+2 Infuriate. I think it is. It's just a lot of fun. People just don't see it coming. You get the crashing drawbridge down turn 2, and everything just speeds up. It's great. Cheeky. Someone's making mana. Go on, swing your Death Toucher again. Oh, please. I like it.
How about no?
How about no? I haven't got enough for both. I mean, I don't think I need both. If I did that, I could recast that. Yeah, it's just not worth it. Let's do that. Flash out that.
Stop it with.
Oh, so much fun. Oh, hello, Henry. Nice to see you. That's a friend of mine. George, you met him, haven't you? Henry. Not expecting that loud noise, to be honest. Thank you for the follow. I didn't actually realise that was a follow. I should probably get used to my own like things. How you doing anyway, bud? Noise. Alright. Let's end this. Disgusting. What do you think of Krenko, mate? Alright, sweet. Did you say that you wanted to call it there after that game then, yeah?
Yeah, can do.
Alright, in which case, cheers everyone for coming along and getting involved. That's been our first ever debut stream for the Gatewatch. It's been a lot of good fun, chilling, chatting, just talking nonsense for the most part. But we'll definitely be back again soon. We might get some spellbook on the go, do some live cardboard stuff, and then once our new housing situation is sorted, we'll get some actual proper Commander going as well, which will be fun. But in the meantime, yeah, cheers. And George, want to say anything?
Nah, I think you said it all, mate. I'm not very outspoken just yet.
Yeah, just yet. All right, sweet. Cheers for coming along, guys. Have a good one. But oh wait, hold on. The second that I'm about to close it off, we get a comment from that while playing Ark with some friends, and I keep hearing roars and footsteps type sounds, and keep thinking I'm about to get destroyed by a big dino, and it was you the whole time. Yeah, sorry, bro. That's me. Half the time it was big dinos from George.
We weren't even playing. It was just Tom making noises.
Yeah, I mean that's all we came in to do. Just make noise. I mean, not very good at anything else. So. All right, cheers, guys. We will see you soon.
See you in a bit, guys.
Bye.